Hello and welcome back to the AP Live. This is a very special, live. We're just finished up with our LazerCon. Whether you're joining us for the first time or you're a returning family member, last week we had our LazerCon, which is a pretty big AP Lazer event, and so got to see a lot of family members. I did not. Unfortunately, I had prior engagements and was not able to make it. But today we're going to talk a little bit about that. If you were on the fence and you didn't make it to the LazerCon, that was a really good opportunity. We can talk a little bit about what we saw there and some of the speakers. I am joined today, as usual, with my super co-host, Alicia. And apparently she did what I usually do at LazerCon, and she talked too much.
A little bit. My voice is a little raw still. I don't know if you can hear it, but it doesn't sound like me.
Yeah, but she definitely went above and beyond, worked extra hard to make sure that she was sharing all of the knowledge she could with our attendees at LazerCon. And we're also joined today by one of our LazerCon attendees and special guest, Melissa Rabideau. She's here from the company Tinker Lab, and she's going to share a little bit with us today, not just of the LazerCon experience, but also what they do over at Tinker Lab.
And I will say, if you missed our live, it was a couple live streams ago now, but we did have the wonderful Joe Rabideau on here as well. So
yes, this is Joe's boss.
Yes.
But we'll get into that in a little bit. The first thing I want to do and really get into is LazerCon. Mm-hmm. I missed it, and I've been to many LazerCons, but the feedback I'm getting was that this was potentially the best LazerCon we've had yet. And I felt really bad for not being there, and I really want to know. I'd really like to know how you felt it went.
Well, from my perspective, so this is my second LazerCon. I was lucky enough to join the company in time to go to LazerCon in Vegas last year. For me, I'm always just working the floor and showing people new things on the machines. Last year it didn't really have too much of a turnout. You know, Chris Alexander is always a hit. So I was kind of left in the dust there being new. But I was able to actually, draw in a crowd and teach people new things. And that was really exciting for me to have all these people ready and waiting to learn. And then being able to know that I'm actually teaching them something. Because sometimes, I'm back here behind the camera, I'm doing my tutorials and stuff. And, I don't know if I'm actually reaching anybody, but to see that I am actually helping people and then getting to talk with these people and getting new ideas from them and just kind of play off of one another was really, really amazing.
Well, the feedback I get in general is people hold a high value on your information, and I think that's probably why you spent so much time talking, is because everybody wants your information.
I do have to say, as a attendee, that people, didn't really know it. They would see you and they'd be like, "Oh my gosh, she's on the YouTube channel." So you were a little bit of a celebrity there.
I saw you on TV, and I'm like, okay, thank you. But I know you had your entire booth set up, and that was really amazing to see. All of the amazing things that you and your dad get to create together, and the stuff that you get to make with the kids that come in. Did you talk more about your setup and what you guys were able to do while you're there too?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, Melissa, you shared a story with us before we started today, which I think really embodies the LazerCon experience.
Yeah.
Could you tell us about the tumbler and the kid?
Yeah. So this was my first LazerCon experience, and when we had selected AP to go with as a company for our laser engraver, I had honestly just thought we selected it because you guys were local and we were local. Being in Lansing, I didn't realize all the people that were involved with it and how big the AP family is. So when we went there, there were all of the different vendors, which was cool, but we had one of our little guys, one of my team members, my program director, I had her bring her husband and her son out for a couple days of LazerCon because her son's 9, and I mean, all things laser are awesome for him, right? So he was there, and just trying to keep him busy, we told him to draw pictures. So he drew a picture of a pickle. And I was thinking, what if we can throw this on a tumbler? So, you had JDS there, and so they gave us a tumbler, and you had the graphics tracer there, and so they actually traced the graphic, and then Cal took the tumbler and put it right on put the pickle right on there. So we've got his little pickle tumbler that he's super excited about. But it was really cool that all of these different vendors and people, it's really the collaborative atmosphere and the family that I was really excited to see with LazerCon.
Yeah, I will say, it's really fun to see all of these people that I'm seeing online, like in person, and getting to meet them, physically there and pick their brains for new ideas. Because I know I come up with all this cool stuff, but I can't come up with half the stuff that these people bring. Like, it's amazing. Yeah.
Frank says, or Frank asked, did everyone find themselves new friends at LazerCon?
Oh, for sure.
I'm sure they did.
Yeah.
If you went to LazerCon and didn't find new friends, you didn't participate well.
Yeah.
So we had panel of speakers both days. I know we had several. We touched kind of on all the different, or many of the different facets you can, whether it be the funeral industry, monuments, and online presence and stuff like that. So I know we had a lot of really good speakers that we will probably try to touch base with at some point on one of our AP Lazer lives. I know you had mentioned that they did somebody, well, it was you or somebody. I've talked to a lot of people now that they've been back where they did the social hour, some might call it a cocktail hour, but the gathering. They did it kind of right around the laser machines and was able to touch and.
Yeah, it was really fun. Usually we have it just in its own area, but I think it was nice to be in there and be able to talk about what you need to talk about while just hanging out with everybody. All the machines are there. You can ask more questions while you have that time, because it is hard to get into the room with the lasers when you also want to go see this person talk, or you want to go see Chris Alexander's workshop, or you want to do this or that. So it's nice to have like that, couple of hours just in the room with, Tog was there, and all of our sales reps were in there. All of our creative minds were just kind of in that room ready to talk.
So I know I've been to LazerCons before, and it's kind of hard to embody and fully paint the picture. But if you're a family member on the fence, a LazerCon, we are going to do more LazerCons. We don't have the next one planned yet, but LazerCon is where kind of everything comes together. And if you have questions about the laser and the AP Lazer family, and you leave with any questions, you didn't do enough talking, because we have every resource you need at a LazerCon. And whatever industry you're trying to get into, we have the people, the family members come, the AP Lazer owners and users, they participate, they join in, they communicate, they collaborate, and it's really just, it's like a LazerCon. I don't know what else to call it.
Yeah.
It's everything AP Lazer is there, and not just how the laser works, but how people are successful with their businesses and stuff. When we talk about successful with businesses and stuff, I know we've had Joe Rabideau before, but I wanted to get his boss's take on TaserLab.
Yeah.
And if Joe, if you're watching out there, if you watch this later, then you need to start listening more. But I'm joking. Melissa, can you tell us a little bit more on your perspective on some of the stuff we have in front of us and what you're doing over at TaserLab? And I know we don't necessarily need to go really in depth on the STEM, but I would like to talk about that a little bit too, because I know Joe talked about it in depth. But
yeah.
What you guys are doing with the kids really excites me.
Yeah, and I know you guys were able to give a presentation at LazerCon, so you could touch more on a little bit of that as well. Just kind of go over the fun stuff you guys do.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, coming back from LazerCon, it was a renewed excitement, I guess, for what we're doing and what we're making. So one of the major things that I realized there was the other AP users and the other members of the family, it's not competition.
Right. Right.
There were so many questions that we had, and people were more than willing to give information, and they're more than willing to talk. And so being able to come home and wrap that into our business is really exciting. Yeah. I've got a message right now from Nicole Smith, who they have theirs out really close to us in Brighton, and we're working on other things together other than just, laser stuff. So that's really cool for me. So being able to come home and implement that, we're working with schools, we're working with kids, and the predictable thing about kids is they're completely unpredictable.
Oh, yeah.
You never know what they're going to like or what they're going to do. So giving them exposure to something like a laser, their brain just runs wild with it. So we've been able to work with a lot of different kids. Example, putting a pickle on a tumbler. Is it something that we're going to, sell? Maybe not, but this kid, he's so excited because all of a sudden he had a chance to be original.
Yeah.
He had a chance to create something. And I think we put limits on kids a lot of the time. And the laser is a tool that we've been using to let kids create and explore and honestly prepare them for a world that doesn't exist yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. I work with, I say kids, but I've been coaching travel in high school softball for a long time, and I really wish sometimes that I could put myself back in their mindset.
Yeah.
I think sometimes we get so blocked in all of our responsibilities and everything that we really restrict our creativity and restrict ourselves from opening up and being able to just excel in certain areas. And watching kids learn, and I'm sure you see it more than I do working with them in your things, but when you see that spark become like a little glow and then a bigger fire and stuff,
Yeah.
it's just it's changing their lives forever. He's going back to school today or yesterday and telling everybody about his experience with drawing that tumbler or drawing that picture, and then it winds up on a tumbler. So
Yeah, and I think that, hopefully that's a core memory for him.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Hopefully that spurs on some excitement and something that he can do in the future. We're part of the presentation that we were giving is working AI into laser and how all of that works. Using the laser in education, because I think that you look at something, for example, like a laser engraver, and you go, okay, I can do monuments. I can do headstones. And I think that's kind of a testament to, as you get older, you lose some of your creativity. Right? And so looking at the different things that we can make and the different things that kids can make with the AI, bringing that side into it, it's not teaching the kids what to learn, it's teaching them how to learn.
Right.
Because their future, we have no concept
Right.
of what 10 years down the road looks like. There's actually a job position now and a degree that you can get for AI prompt crafting. And there's some companies that are hiring, like with a $300,000 salary for this AI prompt crafting. Well, that wasn't even a thing 5 years ago, let alone when I was in college. And so not necessarily teaching them what to learn, but how to discover and how to try new things has been huge.
that is huge. It's very important. We're changing faster than ever. Less than a year or within a year ago, we were talking about the latest release of ChatGPT, and now if you're not integrating AI in some facet right now, you're getting left behind.
Yeah.
It's everywhere. People are interacting with AI every day. They don't even realize it. So technology is just on that rate of growth right now. And it's the same thing with AP Lazer. We're keeping up with the market trends. We have a lot of new products coming out right now. Some of them were showcased or featured or displayed at LazerCON, whether it be the different fiber markers. But there's a lot of exciting stuff coming up in the AP Lazer world. So I was told not to get very salesy, but you guys really need to like and subscribe on our channel. And follow us on our Facebook user group and Before You Buy group, because the stuff we have coming down the line right now is, we're already next level at AP, but it's next level AP stuff. We're going to have bigger fiber lasers. We're going to have RF lasers. We're going to have a lot of exciting stuff that's coming down in the near future. So follow us. Yeah. Look, I was talking about, before this about another podcast I follow and how their producer is really on top of things. And I think Lee behind the scenes over there is trying to compete, because as soon as I start talking about it, she starts popping up pictures. So she was ready for me.
Yeah.
And no, I'm off script right now. She didn't know I was going to say that. Not that we actually have a script, but
I will say, like, getting to see those new fibers in person was really cool. I didn't really understand, like the capabilities that the new lowrider fiber has, but it is a really, really cool concept that I've never seen before. So just like from that perspective, it's really cool. And also just thinking of like the future of lasers seems to be fiber.
right,
So,
yes.
We're going to
And-
be getting one for sure.
Yeah.
Right. Yes.
I've already put myself on the list. We're going to be getting one.
But back on the whole AP Lazer family thing, Melissa, you were talking about, meeting Nicole and, Brandon and Nicole, they're really a big part of our AP Lazer family as well. Brandon always seems to be trying to get a leg up on you. But Brandon, if you're watching, love you, brother.
If you know him, you know
If
the
you know him,
joke.
you know. Yeah, and that's that's in the AP Lazer family. It's not competition. It's not, oh, well, I can't share that with you. You might get a leg up on me. If anything, it's, hey, let me help you with that. And we have
Yeah.
customers family members who refer business to each other all the time. It's like, hey, I don't have time, or I don't specialize in that, but let me get you in touch with this person. Or, I shared the story one time where I was trying to get a file done for something, and I couldn't get it, and I was like, hey, does anybody have a file like this? And like 5 minutes later, somebody fired back, hey, I rebuilt this file for you. Here you go. It's like, whoa. I mean, I wasn't looking for the work to be done, but people just, our family members can't seem to help themselves. They get right on top of it, and we're eager to help each other. And we not just help each other, but we care, we lift each other up, and we protect each other. So it definitely is a family. It's not just a phrase we use. And
Well, I think that everybody wants to see each other win, right? Like, I know we had all of our files sitting out there. We have all these bridges that we've created. Joe, my dad, designs the files and creates all of that. And he was selling it. If you want to create this on your laser and sell it in your community, go for it. And it's not a matter of, well, what if you sell more than I do? Good.
Right.
If
Yeah.
you're selling, great. That's awesome. Let's get you some more bridges and
Exactly.
some more things that you can sell. I know he was working on, altering a design yesterday to send out to somebody. And so
Yeah.
it's exactly like you say. I know Brandon is offering us files to, because it's our niche and it's where we're good.
Right.
You look at where people are really good and you support that
Yep.
and support them. And so I think that was the biggest thing that stuck out to me
Yeah.
about meeting all of these different people, was how willing everybody was to help each other.
Yeah, especially, looking, if you're new to the laser world, it's become, everybody's got some sort of little laser in their home at this point, that it's like, oh, how am I going to compete with that? But it's not about that. It's about finding what you're good at, that small little thing, whether you're good at monuments or making trinkets or toys or
Dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs, absolutely. And then that's your calling. That's what you do. And then you can just support one another on different needs there. And I know for me, like, I don't get to sell any of my stuff. I absolutely could, but I put my time into making these different things so that I can help other people learn how to do these things themselves and make their own money off those things. So
you brought up another good point I wanted to hit on, because there if you type in lasers in a Google browser, you're gonna see there's a lot of
gosh.
different types of lasers and formats out there. But one thing that I definitely feel separates us above the rest is not just our AP Lazer family, but our AP Lazer support. Okay, so we have unprecedented. There's no one else who does this. When you get an AP Lazer, you have lifetime 365, 24/7 support, customer support, tech support, whatever you want to call it. And that's for as long as you own an AP Lazer. We're not charging you a subscription or an annual fee or a monthly fee. It's just part of the AP Lazer experience that you get. We have phone number, chat, email, Facebook groups. We have many different formats that you can get a hold of our world-class 24/7 tech support. And that number is 844-364-8211. And you call, I mean, you might have to leave a voicemail and then they'll call you back and very promptly. But we have a large team of technicians and engineers that if the person that's helping you now isn't their strength, they're going to say, let me get my other team member who knows more about this to help you. And we're going to get you as quickly and as efficiently as possible. We're going to get your problem resolved, whether that is you're hung up on something or you have a broken part. We're going to get that taken care of very rapidly and quickly. We also have, unprecedented warranty on both the parts and lasers, our laser tubes. We have 3 years on the parts and 2 years on the optics and the laser tube and stuff. So, which covers not everything. If you take a hammer to the back of your cabinet, that's not covered under warranty, obviously. But we cover more than other companies do. So we're very in tune with our success is a reflection of your success. So
Exactly.
if we're not, if you're down, that's bad for us. Okay, we need to do what we can to have you up and running as quickly and as safely and as efficiently as possible. So.
Right.
I have to say 9 years later, we're coming up on 9 years of having our laser. We will still contact you guys and we will still get support.
I just want to come see the dogs.
You can come see the dogs. They're there every day. They're there all the time.
Their shop has they have basset hounds. They're very big on basset hounds, and that they actually partially inspired me when my kids demanded a dog, that me and my wife agreed to get a basset hound for them. So
You'll have bassets for forever
my
now.
Homework, right? Yes.
Well, I know that Joe talked about this, kind of how everything got started for you guys, right? Is making that dog bowl for your bassets.
Yeah, so I mean, they inspired the whole spiral that has become Tinker Lab.
And it's crazy how
all from these long ears.
one little thing can turn into a business all of a sudden.
And I do have a couple of those dog bowls, and I use one for the food, and then my other one is for his water when he's outside. I have it so I can move the water bowl around. Inside the house, I have to have something that has more of a gravity feed. So what I'd really like to see, hey, Joe, if you're watching, I need to keep you occupied and give you a design change. We need to get a hole on that bowl that you can screw in a 2-liter bottle to dispense it into the bowl.
Yeah.
Because basset hounds drink a lot of water.
Now, so the bowl will keep their ears out, but it won't do anything for them just being sloppy and messy in general.
Gosh,
So-
No, you still have to clean them every few days or so because they are,
They're messy dogs.
Yes.
But, I mean, I'll always have one.
Yeah.
So I moved the food bowl away from the water bowl because I thought, well, he's just moving from the food to the water and dropping food in it. So I moved it like 10 feet away.
Well, they
No,
store
they're
it.
just sticking up from their lip, and then they're walking over and getting water, and food falls into the bowl, and there it is. But anyways.
It's a good tangent. I'll talk all day about dogs.
Yes. When I bring Homer into the office here, because we are dog friendly here as well, he has to make his rounds to see everybody, and he likes Alicia more than he likes me, so he has to run out here, and it's like a happy day for
Homer
him.
visits.
He starts his basset
They
run.
bring me great joy.
If you've never seen a basset run, there's like a little angle to it, and they're like running, and then the ears are flopping. It's kind of cute. So.
It's perfect.
Yes.
It's perfect.
But overall, I feel like it was a fairly successful LazerCon. And again, Melissa, I thank you for joining us. We're working on getting some destinations planned in the future. We're trying to keep things from getting stale. So we try to get new speakers or other speakers or of course, we try to keep people of interest, but we also want to try new places, right? We've caught lightning in a bottle a few times, but lightning doesn't always strike twice in the same place. So we don't want to try to do something that happened somewhere else. Is people be like, oh, I was there last time. It's fine, right?
Right.
So we're going to keep moving around to places of interest and make it more accessible to our family members around the country. And we've bounced around some ideas of maybe a St. Louis or something like that. If you guys have any ideas, you can certainly share them with us.
Hawaii.
Yeah. Hey, I'll
take
it.
Don't let your feelings be hurt if we don't go with your idea, because stuff is still driven by cost. There's some cities that are way more expensive than other ones. But we're always open to your ideas, whether it be for LazerCon or for our AP Lazer Live. if there's something you want to see, send us an email to aplaserlive@aplazer.com.
And, you know, I mean, kind of building off of that as well, you know, I know at the event while I was there, I was giving people that same email. I said, if you have any questions, you know, you're diving into different tutorials or anything that we have out, if you send an email out to that address, I'm on that inbox and I can find it and I can help you. So I'm happy to, you know, walk through step by step if needed, you know, just
Our team,
we're here to help.
Our team is on that AP Lazer Live at aplazer.com, and you guys aren't communicating with us. We're feeling lonely, like you don't like it.
Yeah.
So, I'm joking.
It's got to be really cool working for a company that's so like customer service focused.
It's nice. It's really nice. I mean, just for me, like getting to talk with the customers one-on-one, you know, in more of a personal, oh, let me help you, like, and getting that light bulb moment for them it's fun.
It's that light bulb moment. I know with the kids, that's my favorite moment that we have with them is there's this moment when it clicks and you can see their eyes light up and they get excited. And I guess I didn't realize that adults still have that as well. You know, they have that aha moment of, oh, that's how this works.
And for me with kids, I know I've done something well when I try to offer some input and they say, hold on, I'm working on something. When they don't want the help anymore.
Well, you see that with me all the time. I'm like, wait, Erin, I can do it. Wait.
She's just being nice. She usually tells me, shut your mouth. Not really. Tony tells me I talk too much. But so does everybody else. And then 9-year-olds, right? I always try to get in that 9-year-old mentality, like you were talking about with the pickle.
Yeah.
And then my wife will tell me that I act like a 9-year-old. So I'm not sure what I'm missing there.
Some of the good things.
Yeah.
But anyways, thank you for joining us today, Melissa.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for having me out here. We love everything you guys have done as a company, and you've spawned an entire, section of our company. So
it's it's a very fascinating one too, and I really, I'm just really, not that I am a part of it, but seeing what you guys do, I love that there's companies like you out there that has such a passion for working for kids. And if I send my kids to school, I'm not sure how effectively they're learning, but I know if I were to send my kids to your facility, that they're learning something.
We'll send them over for summer camp. I've got summer camps going all summer long. So
yes,
I think we're going to teach some of them how to use the laser too.
If you guys are in the area, being Michigan or Midwest area, if you want to know more about Tinker Lab, look them up. Do you have a website?
Yes, Tinker Lab. So it's TINKRLAB.com.
Okay.
They're definitely worth checking out. And I mean, even just browsing, if you're down East Lansing, just pop in.
Oh yeah, pop in. Come play in the splatter booth. We'll throw paint.
Yeah, they have a very interactive and immersive experience over at Tinker Lab. Anytime you're in the store, you see all this cool stuff and stuff you can interact with. Thank you again for joining us. We will let you know. Keep an eye out on our social medias and stuff to see when our next live is going to be. Make sure you subscribe to our channel.
Probably about a month away.
And subscribe or follow our channel, but also click the bell and subscribe so you get notified when we're going to go live and when we update things and you don't miss anything. If you haven't already, I'm going to shamelessly beg for a thumbs up, like. I'm joking. I'm not begging. Yeah, if you like it, you do. If you don't, you don't. But
it makes us feel nice, though.
And thank you, Alicia, for plugging through. Thank you, Alicia, for plugging through, and Tony for plugging through. We're all experiencing something different today, but we're getting through it for you guys, and we will see you next time.
Bye.